All right. Yeah, welcome, guys. I appreciate everybody, or whoever's watching this video out here, taking the time to watch it and learn a little bit about some options flow, and specifically a new platform that we're using called Quantdata. Quantdata is a really, really good platform. We're going to be going over how to use it, kind of all the features in it, and kind of really just dissecting the platform for what it is. Logan, I don't know if you have any thoughts before we hop into the fun stuff. But...
Yeah. Well, I am not as experienced with option flow software as you are, but from a new user perspective, I really, really do like Quantdata. I'm a really big fan of all the different options that they have here, which we're going to go into in just a second, but I think it's very user-friendly. I think that all you have to do is really get familiar with how option flow works in general, and once you do that, this platform is pretty easy to navigate. You and I just briefly went through it very, very quickly and had very little issues figuring everything out. So I'm very excited to talk with everybody about this today.
Yeah, and you're right. I have been using options flow softwares for quite a while now, and this is definitely a pretty nice one considering how much the subscription costs and overall everything that's kind of offered on the platform. So yeah, what we're going to be starting on is really the main screen where you're going to be doing all the action, right? What you're really going to be on here for, and that is the options order flow. And ignore the time here. I have the time on my computer off right now, so that's just ignore the time. It's currently 10:57 a.m. where I am Eastern time, so here it says 7:57. But yeah, not the platform's fault, my fault. So we're going to go over kind of everything in the options order flow, and then we'll go over all the other features on this page and kind of run down the sidebar here. So obviously here you have your time, you have your ticker. For example, we see a lot of SPY, we see some AMD, QQQ, NVIDIA, Facebook, a lot of different stuff being thrown today as usual. But some. Nonetheless, the sentiment right now in the market is bullish, right? The put to call ratio is in the favor of the bulls. So, it's pretty visible that, there's there's some buying pressure in the market today. And we can see that we have here on the next column, we have the expiration, you have your strike price, you have your contract, whether that's a put or call. You have your reference point, which is the price at which the underlying security or equity is at while you're buying it. For example, we see SPY, this contract here was bought at 432. Oh, it's going quick. And then, yeah, so that's pretty good. Not a lot of option flow softwares offer a reference point, so that's
that is
nice.
Pretty useful, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. Go over here to the actual size and price, so we can see that, right, this contract right here, 300 contracts at $3.35 bucks a piece, and then that builds up to a premium roughly around 100K. Right, and that's what this is. This is your premium, how much you're going to be paying for the position that you're taking here. So, or the other people are taking. So very, very nice. You got everything going here so far. Then you have the exchange, whether it's ARCA, multiple, GEMX, right? Just showing the exchange in which the order was submitted through. Then you have your type, which I don't really bring into much consideration, but it can be useful to some people. And then here's the very, very important part, in my opinion at least, which is your consolidation, or what kind of order is coming through, right? You have your sweep, which is a very aggressive order, right, of multiple orders all kind of squeezed into one. You have your split, your block. Your block is, I believe, any purchase or any position that's taken with more than 10,000 shares of the underlying security, right? So that's a block. And yeah, you have all your stuff here. Then we obviously have the volume and then the overall open interest for the position in the market. So a lot of really good information in these columns here being displayed through the options order flow. Over to the right, we can see that we have our dark pool and lit pool prints. Down below, we have our top gainers, right? Today it's Tesla and Apple, obviously. This is kind of interesting, right? It doesn't tell you as much as you would think, because oftentimes the bigger market cap, the larger market cap equities are always going to be the top gainers in the market, regardless of their price action. So they always have a ton of open interest and a ton of volume.
Yeah.
That's typically why we see equities such as Tesla and Apple. Oftentimes you will have outliers in there, and that definitely is interesting. But yeah, not a surprise to see Tesla on top today.
Yeah, I just wanted a quick note. You'll also see some of the tickers that had earnings previously. So as you can see on that list from top gainers, we have Zoom and Lucid, both of which just had their earnings. So
right,
that will definitely contribute.
Right, absolutely. So going down, right? Overall, that's everything really
Before we
on
go
this one.
forward, Austin, do you
Right,
mind
right.
showing them how to use the quick filters and also the settings?
Yeah, absolutely. So when you're on this platform, of course, there's going to be stuff that maybe you don't care about or certain numbers that you're not going to want to see, right? You want to see stuff that caters to your strategy, that caters to your trading style. And you want to customize the type of information you're consuming when it comes to this options order flow. So you go over here to this little gearbox, and you can actually configure your table layout, which is really really nice, right? So if I wanted to get rid of the time, let's say if I wanted to get rid of the pipe column and I wanted to get rid of the volume column, right? I can do that, press save, and it'll just kind of shrink and consolidate my information, right? And then you can obviously use filters as well to really get down deep with the type of information you're going to be getting, right? So you can change the type of ticker, right? So you're only looking at Apple flow. We can apply the filter. Oh, there we go. We're only looking at Apple flow. If we go back, we can obviously get rid of this and set it back to normal. We're back on the regular page.
Yeah.
And then obviously you could change this with all sorts of things, with your contract type, your trade side, your trade type, all this good stuff. Do you want only to see golden sweeps? Do you want to exclude ETFs? Sure, right? This allows you to do so. So we can see here, right? We're only going to see sweeps. These are really the only significant golden sweeps today. So that's there. Oh, well, and then yeah, we got to put this stuff back. But yeah, so that's what it would look like. But yeah, really, really good, right? A lot of customization, a lot of personality, right? You can do a lot with this.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
great.
And something else I actually really liked when I was playing around is you can set specific filter groups in the top right by going to My Filter Groups. And from there, you can set different presets for you. So depending on what you want to see, you can obviously change that out and then quickly go in between each one, which is very, very helpful.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So that's the main page, guys. I guess that brings us to our next little thing on the sidebar here, which is news, right? And this is a really good one. This is a historical news and sentiment. So, right, you see a good article that you like, right? You just go ahead and click on it, and it'll bring it, right? Uber launches Explore, whatever Explore is, to further diversify revenue stream. Very cool, right? So a lot of and it obviously shows you the time in which it was posted and the date. This is very, very recent. So, some breaking news here on the video, right? No, but there's a lot of news coming in throughout the day, and it's a very useful resource to take advantage of. Moving on, yeah, we have the historical options flow, which I really like, especially if you're, really putting together a play. You're looking for, past data to kind of see what was going on, and yeah, you can use this as a tool. So obviously, let's say I wanted to look at all the options between the date of December 10th and March 1st, which is today. Right now, I'm looking at a lot of the significant options flow that went through the order book, through this time period. Yeah. Okay. So moving on. Obviously, we went over the historical options flow, which is very very useful, especially when kind of cultivating a play and kind of knowing what's going on in the overall market, especially with equities that you're concerned about, right? So, very very useful tool. Obviously, over here you can obviously add your filter groups and do a lot of great things with the historical options flow, other than just starting a start date and an end date. So very good.
And before we move forward, I just wanted to quickly say, due to how new Quantdata is, there is a chance that if you go back really far, you won't be able to get some data, but it still does have a lot of data.
Right, right. It's going to be fairly recent data as of right now. At least that's what we've seen. But yeah, still nonetheless a great tool for
Absolutely.
utilizing. So moving on, what do we got over here? We got historical dark and lit pool prints. Of course, this is just going to be the same information that was displayed on the front page, only historical, right? Just like how we saw on the front page on our main dashboard. We went and saw the options order flow. We went and saw the historical options order flow. Here, on the front page, we saw the dark and lit pool prints. Here we can look at the historical data from that, and obviously, there's a ton of information here. You can do your start and your start date and what kind of ticker you're looking for, what kind of equity you're looking for, and find really really significant dark pool and lit pool prints. So another great tool, especially if you're looking for more historical data to work off of. Moving on, and this is honestly one of my favorite tabs over here. I don't know what you think about it, Logan, but the stock reports.
Oh, I love this tab.
Yeah, for example, I know we'll just use Apple as an example. We press submit, and we should see a nice, stock report pop up with a ton of information regarding Apple's standing in the market, right, and how they're standing as a company. their performance, their expectations, their averages, a lot of comparisons, their peers. It's very, very interesting. And you could do this for any equity that you want that you see on this list. So it's pretty gnarly, man. This is some pretty powerful stuff, and if you utilize it to your advantage, it can be huge. So, Logan, do you have any thoughts on this page?
It could be absolutely huge. I completely agree. I really like this page. I'll even just go scroll through it in my free time, looking at the stocks that I'm currently trading. I really like the reports in general, just looking at the scores that these analysts have given them, and also some of the more technical details that we may not be able to get otherwise, unless you're using another stock reporting program or website. So I do find this very, very useful. I like how it's built into Quantdata, so it's not two separate places. I can just go to one place and get my reports, get my options flow, get whatever I need for my trading day, for whatever I'm looking to trade. Yeah, I really like this tab for sure.
Yeah, there's an abundance of information on this website for sure on this platform. So very good. If you ever need a stock report highlighting the ins and outs of an equity, you know where to come. You know where to go. Come right here to Quant Data on the Stock Reports tab, and you got it right in front of you. Moving on, they actually recently added. I don't know if it was recently, but they did add a charting tab here, a charting platform on the application. Obviously, a lot of you guys will be doing your charting on other platforms such as TradingView or your brokerage, but if you ever are on Quant Data, you really like it here, and you find yourself here a lot. You can definitely utilize what they have here for a charting resource, and it's honestly not too bad. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
So
You,
it's
you
yep.
I was just gonna say, you will notice if you click on this tab that it says "new" in the blue letters right beneath the picture, and it is new. They are still adding a lot to this page, as we know. Me and Austin use a lot of TradingView in particular for our analysis, and coming from TradingView, this is definitely not the same level, but it is new. They are adding stuff, so it will probably get to that level. But yeah, it's definitely gets the job done. Definitely gets the job done.
Yeah, I mean, I can look at macro charts here. If I go to a 1 week, right, I'm all of a sudden on a 1 week chart. It's really good for quick, simple analysis that you need to do real back and forth. You're looking at the options flow. You go back to the chart. Very, very efficient. It's really good. So. Yep, that's that. And then obviously moving on, you have a calendar. And this is really cool because it's actually like a fundamental calendar, right? It gives you all the really the stuff planned for future dates for, when it comes to dividends. Look at all the companies that will be getting their dividend, right? You see from week to week. You got foreign exchange rates, selected interest rates, earnings. Yep, MU has their earnings. Okay. Yeah, very good. And this shows pretty much all the stuff planned for March, right? The calendar for March, all the significant events that are happening within the market. And then obviously if we go to, that was the month, we go to the week, we can see what's happening on the day. So this is what's happening today. These companies are getting their earnings and then, their dividends. And then these are the companies that are having their earnings. Very, very cool.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite tabs that they offer.
Yeah.
Just due to how they have so much information here that is actually useful. So I really, really like this one.
Yeah, and I could even go, I can go months ahead. Very cool. You could use this, huge to your advantage, especially knowing, just having everything together on one page, knowing when things are happening. That's huge. That's big. So, yep, another great feature here on Quant Data. And then obviously you have your options. Other platforms offer this, but this is pretty cool. Options profit calculator. So, if you ever make an option, right, let's say Apple, for example, then you input all your data that happened, with your play, what kind of contract type it was, right? You made a put for this number of contracts, this price per option, and then you put the expiration date, you submit it, and it'll show you all the attributes and kind of what's going to be happening with your, with your profit. How is your position going to perform, right? So a really good, useful resource here.
Yeah, it's very convenient.
While actively trading.
Very convenient.
Yeah.
We know a lot of traders, even in OBR, that are using options calculators, and I see them all going to like different strange websites that you got to find them on. I've seen a lot of different websites used, so it's very convenient and useful that they have one built into this platform that you can just quickly go to, just like the chart, just like the calendar. I really like it. Very, very useful. It's like a one-stop shop, and I like those.
Right. It really is. I mean, in reality, right, you could do everything you need to on this one platform. So it's pretty incredible. That's pretty much all for Quantdata. Obviously, there is more than meets the eye to this platform. You can really dive in deep and start dissecting stuff, right? Obviously, you have your alerts tab over here. You have your quick news, and then you can go and obviously adjust your layout, do a bunch of stuff, right? Like earlier, I was messing around and I actually deleted my options flow by accident with Logan, and I was like, what do I do? You go back to the layout, you reset it, and you got it going. So then you could really customize everything. I could have my whole screen just showing dark pool orders, right? I could have my whole screen just being news or just being these options callouts, right? So these options alerts, it's really quite a powerful tool, and if you get it the way that you want it, you can hopefully build a great strategy in the market with it. So
Absolutely. It's a great platform, very, very useful. Like I said, one-stop shop for all of your options, order flow needs, charting, news, whatever you really need. And a special discount for you guys for this month. We are offering a 50% discount through our affiliate link with Quantdata. I will leave that link in the description of this video. I highly recommend checking it out, even if it's just for 1 month. We're giving you guys a really astronomical deal here. So just check it out, see if you like it, and I'm sure you'll probably want to stay because it's incredibly useful, and everybody at OBR is really loving it so far.
absolutely.
Awesome.
Thanks
Austin,
for
thank you
watching.
so much for walking us through.
Take it easy.